Wake up. Reach out. Speak up. Speak out. You are the voice of a new generation. And this
is your station.
Talk Radio 93.7 Citizen FM.
Woman don't suffer, lower everybody. Suffer, suffer, amen, enjoy forever. Money no like woman, woman no like woman. She no be like water, you don't get enemy. If woman ever marry you, then she no be woman. If woman ever carry you, she no be woman. If she no got him off for side.
Minutes gone past midday. You are still tuning and listening to Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. I'm your host. I'm the host of the show Perspectives, and I want to say a big thank you to all our guests yesterday. It was a beautiful outing yesterday, I dare say so. And so thank you all so much. It was a beautiful engagement. It was very interactive. It was very informative, and I know good things will come out of it. And so I have come to you again on another episode of Perspectives here on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. And guess who's back in town? Just introduce yourself, Jeje.
Hey guys,
our in-house nerds.
Oh my god.
Yes, so I
just wear glasses.
Brainiac.
I just wear glasses.
So you won't tell me they're not recommended glasses?
They are.
But and the glass frames are so beautiful. You know when they say smarty pants kind of glasses?
Oh my god. I think I'm going to stop wearing them.
Really?
Yes.
No, but it actually does suit you. And if it works for you, why not? You see better when you wear them, or you just exactly. So please stay with the
nerdish vibe.
Yes, right. Exactly. Now you're getting it. You don't know how some people are wishing, as in literally. When I was much younger, I used to wish I could wear glasses, but my eyes were. I had eagle vision. I mean, I could see. But now I'm what's that word now? I'm in serious torture. I borrowed my husband's glasses, and now I discovered that I can't read my phone with that. I don't read this without the glasses, and so at night I'm
inherited his.
I don't know what happened. I used to have really great vision. Honestly. So I want to read a book now, and I'm squinting. I'm like, what did I do to my eyes?
Now you can see it's not fun.
It's not fun.
Because even when I started in primary 1, my elder sister was wishing she could wear, and in my mind, and me when they gave me, I was crying. So I don't know why non-glasses wearers always want to wear it.
You know, the grass is always greener on the other side.
So we can say that.
Honestly, so I literally have tasted. That's what I've seen, that there's no fun in it, because I'm squinting on my phone. I'm squinting to.
It's not nice.
I removed the glasses. I said, okay, let me read, and I really can't see. Wow. So maybe because those glasses look like magnifying lenses, almost. You know, when I see through his glasses, it makes everything
bigger
and clearer.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So yeah, I might have to go and see a doctor very soon.
Yeah.
And you know,
please do.
Yeah, but you know, I wonder, it's just changed my whole look. You know, so that's Michelle, the nerdy, brainiac that we have in house.
Hi.
She did not join us yesterday, so she cannot understand the vibes. But she's a woman. So yes, it was International Women's Day. Did you have any events? Did you go somewhere to capture?
No, I was actually working. So, but then on social media, everywhere was popping. A few people wished me. So
really, yeah. I like the trend that a couple of family members, especially the males, they put up, different pictures of their mothers, sisters, daughters. So it was beautiful. I like that, but they're recognizing that,
being a woman
is important.
Yes,
that we are actually
giving us that recognition.
Yes, so it was a beautiful one yesterday, and in spite of the whole condition of Nigeria at the moment, people still took their time, especially in the FCT where the fuel queues are longer than River Nile. I don't even want to go into that because if we start that, it's an unending kettle of fish. We will not finish it. So this afternoon, today the 21st of March. Today the 9th day of March is known as World Kidney Day. So what they usually do is sometimes it falls on the 9th, sometimes on the 10th, and I've seen on the 12th as well. So what they say is the second Thursday of March, people across the world celebrate World Kidney Day to raise awareness regarding kidney diseases. The main aim of the day is to sensitize people about the increasing number of kidney-related diseases across the world. The day also emphasizes the need for different strategies to prevent kidney disease. The theme for the year is Kidney Health for All, preparing for the unexpected and supporting the vulnerable. I think it's a similar theme like they had last year as well. Yeah, so Nigeria, let me just read this report that I saw. It's quite alarming. The president of the Nigerian Association of Nephrology, those are the specialists that treat kidney diseases in Nigeria. So I guess actually in transit, we're expecting Dr. Maimuna Dixon, but I'll be putting a phone call through to a consultant nephrologist. He's been a great friend of mine for a long time. His name is Dr. Adefakunle. Yeah, he's actually a transplant surgeon now.
Wow.
So he's come a long way.
Wow.
So he's doing quite well. And so I look forward to having this chat with him about the stats. In a couple of minutes now, we'll just put that call through. And so I read this in the Guardian newspaper, said as the world marks World Kidney Day 2023, medical experts who have said that no fewer than 45,000 Nigerians die yearly owing to kidney failure. Now, this figure in 2018, it was 20 million.
What?
20 million in 2018, 20 million, 45 million. Oh, this is 45,000. So sorry. Yeah. So it's still within the same, what they call it, numbers, but the numbers are increasing. So 45,000 die yearly. So as of that time, they had collated it and said it's 20 million Nigerians, not yearly, of course, but 20 million Nigerians living at that time with kidney disease. So sorry about that. Corrected. So they said 50,000 patients need kidney transplant and dialysis yearly, but only 5,000 people get it. What? So these are some of the questions I would like to ask, Dr. Ade. And so as we sensitize people about the increasing number of kidney-related diseases, the experts have warned that more Nigerians will still develop end-stage kidney disease yearly. And they mentioned a couple of the strange thing that there was a way he put it, said emphasizing how kidney damage kills more people than malaria, it kills more people than HIV and AIDS.
What?
It kills more people than tuberculosis. So look, these are the trigger illnesses: hypertension, diabetes, chronic infection, bleaching creams, abuse. Yes. So yesterday we had an off-air conversation about how when people talk about the kidneys. So now I'm feeling like a medical expert, but I'm really looking forward to calling the doctor, about he taught me this years ago, that when people talk about the kidney, we don't realize that the most hardworking, organ in the body is the kidney.
Wow.
Yeah. So you put things on your lips. Your lips are on your body. It goes into your body. Exactly. So they said the largest organ in the body is the skin. And so you put lotion on your body, you put powder, makeup on your body. Do you get so it's the kidney that is working.
I didn't know bleaching creams had anything to do with kidneys.
So you put so it's not on the skin alone, it goes into your bloodstream, and the kidney has to filter and say, okay, this has to go, oh no, this can stay. And so the kidneys are working as the left one is working, the right one is working, and so I'm looking forward to a very rich conversation this afternoon. It's World Kidney Day. It's been nice to have your inputs. Let's pause politics for a while because health does not wait for anything. So you can send in your questions if you have any. I'm about to put the call through to Dr. Adefakunle. 0818 22 22 206 0818 22 22 205. So I want to take this break. This is a song by Omaomi, say As I Day. I'll be right back.
Oh, oh. 'cause I am a man with me. Make you take me as I take. Dr. Frab's in the building. Baby boy, you know I love you, and I can do anything for you. But it gets something where they trouble my mind. See, I remember when you first see me. You love me as I be, from outside as well as the inside. Do I have to choose? But you got your own issues too. Do I always stand by you? Stand by your side, I don't judge you. Even if I don't like the way you behave and complain all day, I still love you as you did. So boy, I beg you, make you try. But if you don't like them, I beg you, leave me as I take me as I take. Take me as I take. But if you don't like them, leave me as I take. You know, I make music. I have my lows, I have my peaks. Every human being has their own work complexities, yeah. If you think to worry your mind, pray to God and go rest your mind. I feel change, I feel no change. You said get your whole wild.
We teach girls shame. Close your legs, cover yourself. We make them feel as though by being born female, they're already guilty of something.
So I think right now we have the chance to be heard, and that's why we're doing it. We're all doing it because we're asking to try and elicit change.
No woman should sit down and allow a man to speak about her reproductive rights.
But it is about opening spaces for other women, and not to be seen as token, and that because I'm a woman, I'm only speaking about women at the table. No, I'm speaking about side of the table that is empty, and that women have to be there. So
I want us to leave this world better than we found it. And how I choose to affect change is by speaking up, by being the first, and by being the dominant.
Over 4 billion of the world's population are girls and women, also faced with challenges that affect our world and contributing solutions to them. Let's have conversations and get some answers to them through their eyes and voices. Tune in to Perspectives, where we discuss important issues ranging from climate change, politics, health, the economy, and lifestyle on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Weekdays from midday. Perspectives. Conversations that matter.
Alrighty, welcome back and thanks for staying with us here on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. You're listening to Perspectives. I have in the studio I won't say too much. I have Michelle in the studio with me today, but right away we're going to speak with our guest. He's a consultant nephrologist. His name is Dr. Adegboyega Fakponle. So he's going to talk to us about World Kidney Day and how far Nigeria has come in in managing the prevalence of. Hello.
Yes.
Hello, good afternoon, Dr. Adegboyega Fakponle. This is Rayo. Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you.
All right, so it's great to catch up with you. It's been a while.
It's been a long time. Okay.
It has been. And so thank you so much for doing this afternoon. Welcome to Perspectives here on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja.
A pleasure.
Yes. So thank you so much, Dr. Ade Fakponle. I know a few years ago where we left the conversation on kidney disease was the fact that about 20 million Nigerians are living with kidney disease, and that's a relatively high number, especially in Africa here. And we know it's not a situation that's peculiar to us in Nigeria. We know it's a global problem, but there is a dearth of community-based data on how bad it is in Nigeria. Can you speak to that?
Well, yeah, surely. We would often say about 10 to 12% of the nation's population have one kidney disease or the other. A lot of work is going in. We have a lot of community-based studies, no registry yet. A lot of work is ongoing at the moment in trying to get a national registry.
Okay.
So have an idea of how many people truly have kidney disease. But at least from our estimate, we still stand with the figures we have. About 10 to 12% of the nation's population. So if you want to go about that, usually you say about 10 to 15 million people have one form of kidney disease or the other. I mean, until we have, until the body shoots me again, and we will still keep working on these figures that we temporarily have for them.
Okay, thank you so much. So a few minutes ago, before you joined on, I read an article from The Guardian, and they are talked about how World Kidney Day is a day to sensitize people about the increasing number of kidney-related diseases across the world. And so one of the parts I highlighted was how kidney disease kills more people than malaria, than HIV, and even tuberculosis. How true is that?
The sad thing is that even the malaria, the TB, the HIV,
yes,
can lead to one form of kidney disease or the other if it's not well treated.
Okay.
So some of the complications of some of these infections can lead to kidney disease. The treatment tries well in adequate supply.
Yes.
This at least amount of blood and whatever fluids or things going there. Anything in any way that alters that circulation in a way can cause some distortion and temporarily slow down the work of the kidney.
Okay.
Yes, the figures might not be as astonishing as what you would see with maybe earlier when you think of malaria and how it was killing people years ago.
Yes.
For the advent of the new medications that we have.
Yes.
So the sad truth is that every patient that dies from kidney disease is devastating.
True.
And we know that the figures are rising, not just from infection. Some people, due to no fault of theirs, from genetic disease, and then from, of course, from hypertension and DM.
Yes.
We can have kidney disease.
Yes.
So I mean, it's beyond infection. We look at other things, all leading to one kidney disease or the other.
All right.
Yes. So they might have a say, because at the moment we see that kidney disease in the next couple of years will probably be one of the top 3 causes of death
in the world.
Because the figures are rising, particularly in this part of the world, where there's increasing urbanization, there's the changing of diet, there's a lot of stress and a lot of pressure on everybody.
So pretty much our lifestyle, exactly, our lifestyle.
Yeah, lifestyle changing and all that will, contribute one way or the other to one form of kidney disease or the other. And so, yes, people will have to be on the lookout for that.
Okay, so I have a colleague with me in the studio, and when you mentioned that it would be top 3, because her eyes popped out, So I think this is the time to say, okay, we've been going on and on. This is World Kidney Day, and I'd mentioned earlier on that the theme for this year is kidney health for all, preparing for the unexpected, supporting the vulnerable. It would be nice now. This is a good time to break it down. That what is kidney disease? I beg your pardon, and what are the most common causes of kidney disease?
Well, it starts in terms of what's causing it. It's still not changed yet. Uncontrolled hypertension, uncontrolled DM, diabetes.
Okay, yes.
Which is still the leading cause, uncontrolled.
Okay.
So beyond saying hypertensive or diabetic, I mean, are you getting good control on the other? If not, the chances of you coming down to kidney disease is not far away from you. Of course, you think of genetic causes, you think of things from infection, things like HIV.
Yes.
You think of people in their middle age, particularly men, that come down with big prostate. I mean, females don't have that.
No.
I mean, all these things are top 5 causes of kidney disease. And then by the side things of having to keep bleaching or get the right prescription for, you just go to the counter and you just go and get NSAID. Like you have some form of body pain or the other, and then you just go and get medication without getting a doctor's prescription.
So abuse of medication.
Just undue use of medications can, in one way or the other, cause some form of kidney disease or the other. Yes.
Yeah. So, Michelle, you want to ask that question? You asked that you didn't know how bleaching could cause kidney disease. Could you?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that? You know, some people are not aware of how bleaching creams.
Because it seems like it's an external factor. So how does it get into
the skin,
affect the kidney and all?
Exactly. Did you hear that?
Yeah. So, could you repeat yourself again, please?
Okay, so she said that bleaching creams are one of the causes of kidney disease, but then bleaching creams, it seems like something that is an external factor. So how does it get into the point where it affects the kidney?
Yeah, so for some bleaching agents have things that are unduly are not safe for the body. So a cream, for instance, that has high concentration of mercury or hydroxyquinone.
Okay.
I mean, you take something and it has plenty hydroxyquinone or a lot of mercury.
Oh.
This can damage the kidney.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then you probably now have like an added risk factor. Maybe you've been hypertensive before, or you've been diabetic before, and then you go on to go and check that can damage the kidney.
Oh.
Yeah. So, mercury particularly and hydroxyquinone.
And these are high, especially so when they are in high quantity in a particular lotion or cream that you are using.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So that's you understanding now, Michelle. Yes. Okay, so today is World Kidney Day. What are some tips or advice would you help people to what habits can we easily what's that word now? To manage our lifestyle in such a way to prevent the long-term damage, of kidney on the kidney. I think that's what I should say. Yes.
Well, so some of these things are basic. Are you drinking enough water on a daily basis?
Number one, drink water. Hydrate.
Drink water.
Yes.
Hydrate. Yeah. Stay hydrated. Water is beautiful. Water is good for the body.
Yes.
It's available. Good water. Take it and have that daily. I mean, that's basic. Two, I mean, if you're hypertensive or we told you you're hypertensive, ensure your blood pressure is controlled.
Okay. Two,
get help whenever you're struggling with it. Make sure your blood pressure is controlled. If you're diabetic, ensure your blood sugar is controlled. Whatever help or whatever direction you need in that direction, get the right specialist to have a look at that and get it controlled. Four, don't just go on I mean, you're just having body pain, and then you just go, let's just get to the pharmacy, pick up this medication, and just load yourself with painkillers. Oh, no. I mean, we just talked about bleaching. I mean, it's always good to know what you're taking. I just mentioned two things in bleaching agents that can contribute to that.
Yeah, mercury and hydroquinone.
Oh, yes, and you quantities over time can damage the kidney, so you shouldn't take that and subject yourself to that. And subject yourself to regular checks. I know it's not a popular culture for us.
Because it was one of the questions she asked, that how often should you get should you have your kidneys checked? Or is there how we have for breast cancer, or a cervical scan, they say there's a routine medical exam to have yourself, as a woman, to have yourself checked. Is there something like that for the kidney?
Well, as you go older,
yes.
I mean, for instance, I won't want to say maybe once a year. I mean, if there are no risk factors, for instance, or there are no risk factors, once a year. But if there are risk factors when you're hypertensive or diabetic, of course, your specialist or your healthcare provider will assign more frequent time intervals when you come for checks.
Routine checks.
Once a year.
Okay.
So regularly, you're a working class category. Subject yourself to once a year checks as part of the things you do as the plan in the year. Check yourself at the beginning of the year. Are there areas I need to improve upon? There are things I need to do, adjust my lifestyle. Some of these test results I suggest that as you go older. It will be part of our budget and annual planning as you step into a year. Because, like I said, there's an increase. You can see an increase.
Yes.
Not just here, but all over the world.
All over the world, yes. Okay, so one last question before you go, because I promised 10 minutes. I have to stick to my promise, and we've hit the 10-minute mark. You know how we often say that there are high risk factors, and is there okay, so let me put it like this. we already agree that kidney disease, the prevalence is all over the world, right? But in those countries, they seem to do a lot of advertisements to orientate the society about this high risk factor. You know, like they put it in your face. When we were talking earlier on, you mentioned how malaria used to be the highest killer of people, especially in Nigeria here. But there's no sensitization sort of, apart from World Kidney Day, about how bad the situation is with kidney disease. So is there a way to put it in people's faces so that we constantly see it, we constantly hear it, that okay, there's something called kidney disease and this and just like they did with malaria? Is there a way, there's a sensitization, what they call it, plan going on? Hello? Oh my goodness, looks like we lost Dr. Fakponle.
Oh.
But then you've been listening to the voice of Dr. Ade Fakponle. He's a consultant nephrologist. I'll try and reach him back, and so that we can continue this conversation. Hello? Hello, are you back on? Hello? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Sorry, were you able to catch the last bit of what I said?
I didn't catch the last question.
Okay, so I said very quickly that is there any sensitization or awareness program apart from World Kidney Day to sensitize people about the lifestyle and how to actually prevent kidney disease by living healthier habits? Is there any sensitization going, just like we did with malaria? Is there anything like that for will I call it the nephrological foundation now? Is there any awareness like that?
Today's like an awareness day.
It's just one day in the year, exactly. Apart from today,
are there a lot of campaigns, radio campaigns, and all of that, TV campaigns?
Like put it in our faces, like you did for malaria and HIV. I mean, HIV, they preached abstinence for a long time.
There are billboards everywhere,
and they preached promotion of what's that word? Using a rubber, as in using protective, So, but kidney disease is a high prevalent. I mean, you said it will be the top three. So Nigeria has to put double efforts. So go on.
Well, I'm sure that's something that will be considered, but I think we should maximize this day like this, and that's what we're doing. I'm sure a lot of people are doing a lot of health promotion.
Yes.
Today, and spreading the news. I think individually, maybe not as an organization now. Individually, many specialists. Do at their own
level,
a sphere of influence. Yes, do one thing or the other in spreading the thing. Well, if you could imagine all the efforts like on a day like this, I'm sure there's everybody. If the consequence of the news, everybody today knows this
World Kidney Day.
World Kidney Day.
Yes. Yeah, but
if you've never heard of the kidneys before, you will hear about kidneys.
You hear it today.
You hear about what the kidneys do in the body.
All right, thank you so much, Ade. It's been a delight catching up with you, and I wish you all the best. I'm glad to see that. Honestly, I found you on somebody else's WhatsApp page. I said, this person is promoting my padio, and so thank you so much for doing this today. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure we've learned. Yes. If there are any questions from before the show is over, I'll send them to you. I'm sure you'll be able to help us answer some questions today.
No problem.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
Yeah, bye. Okay, so it's the time to go on our commercial break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
.7 Citizen FM.
Let's talk about it on our favorite radio station.
We're more than just a radio station. We are a part of your life.
This call to prayer is sponsored by the Nigeria Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
93.7 Citizen FM.
Let's talk about it on our favorite radio station.
We're more than just a radio station. We are a part of your life.
We teach girls shame. Close your legs, cover yourself. We make them feel as though by being born female, they're already guilty of something.
So I think right now we have the chance to be heard, and that's why we're doing it. We're all doing it because we're asking to try and elicit change.
No woman should sit down and allow a man to speak about her reproductive rights.
But it is about opening spaces for other women and not to be seen as token, and that because I'm a woman I'm only speaking about women at the table. No, I'm speaking about side of the table that is empty and that women have to be there. So
I want us to leave this world better than we found it. And how I choose to affect change is by speaking up, by being the first, and by being
Over
the dominant.
4 billion of the world's population are girls and women, also faced with challenges that affect our world and contributing solutions to them. Let's have conversations and get some answers to them through their eyes and voices. Tune in to Perspectives, where we discuss important issues ranging from climate change, politics, health, the economy, and lifestyle on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Weekdays from midday. Perspectives. Conversations that matter.
It's 10 minutes till 1 p.m. You are still tuning and listening to Perspectives here on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Today is World Kidney Day. It is a global problem with increasing prevalence. And We heard earlier on from our guest, Dr. Adeboyega Fakmunle, who is a consultant nephrologist here in Abuja, about some of the things and some of the habits, some of the high risk factors of kidney disease in Nigeria. We're still expecting to hear from Dr. Miriam Dixon and to ask a couple of questions about kidney disease. Why are we talking about the kidney today? Well, today is World Kidney Day, and the 2023 campaign focuses on raising awareness about how disastrous events, natural or man-made, international or local, and their impact on people living with kidney disease whose access to appropriate diagnostics services, treatments, and care is hindered. It was one of the things I wanted to discuss with Ade, how one of the hindrances is what he talked about, that we're doing awareness today now. So I really want to know whose responsibility. It feels as if kidney or any ailment in Nigeria is your personal. Go and treat yourself when you are ill. But how do you treat yourself if the right parameters are not put in place, if you don't have the healthcare system for it? Everybody knows malaria. Everybody knows typhoid. In fact, Nigeria, you go to the hospital, they treat you for malaria and typhoid. So, but you cannot treat yourself for kidney disease. Yeah. Even malaria, you have not accurately diagnosed yourself. You just go to the pharmacy and buy it. You say, I'm feeling somehow. It must be malaria, and not knowing that doing that actually has impact on the kidney, because over-the-counter drugs. It's even abuse of over-the-counter drugs. I think that's the way to put it. Yeah. So I said, in this time while we are waiting for Dr. Miriam, we prepared did you know facts about the kidney, and so we want to know which one is true or false. I'd really like to hear from you. The number to dial is 0818 22 22 205, 0818 22 22 206. What did you hear about the kidney? What did they tell you the kidney does? Is it where is the kidney in the body? Those are questions we asked when we're in primary school or in secondary school biology class, when you're asked to draw, right? Okay, so I found this one, Michelle. Let's see if you get this one. Is it true or false that the only purpose of the kidneys is to filter blood?
Filter blood. I don't think so. I think he has other purposes.
Yay! So we have a call. Let me 0818 22 22 206. So that's the number to dial. I have this call here. Hello, good afternoon. Please go on. Hello, good afternoon. 0818 22 22 206, 0818 22 22 205. Okay, so you're absolutely correct. It's actually false to say the only purpose of the kidney is to filter blood. The kidneys, so let me do a bit of biology class. The kidneys are a pair of bean-shaped organs located just below the rib cage. So it answers two questions: where it is located in the body, right?
And the shape.
And the shape, yes, on either side of the spine. They help you filter blood by removing waste and excess fluids, but they do much more. The kidneys help you maintain the balance of electrolytes in the body. In addition, the hormones produced by the kidney helps to regulate blood pressure, make red blood cells, and help keep your bones strong.
So red blood cells are made in the kidney. I had zero idea.
Aha. Okay, so you see why when you take all those over-the-counter drugs, should I see? Believe it or not, this morning something happened exactly. So you are reducing the efficacy
of the red blood cells.
Of the red blood cells, because. And there's which one fights bacteria? Is it the white blood cells or the red blood cells? One of them fights.
I think the
white ones. Anyway, we're not medical. Sure. So don't let's make any accurate statements here. Okay, sorry, this person has been persistently calling. I really hope you can get through. 0903. You can try 0903 22 22 22 29 797, or you can call 0818 22 22 205. You've called like a couple of times. The calls keep dropping, so I apologize for that. Please do try us one more time before we go to read the news on the hour. So the filtering blood is not the only purpose of the kidney. The kidney does so much more. Okay, and let me see. Let me see if Michelle will get this one. Okay, so we've had this. I don't think have you heard this before? That urine is made in the kidneys. True or false?
I think it's true because Abby?
Yes.
Yes, because kidneys.
See why it's good to have a brainiac.
Kidneys where excretion and all of that of waste materials. Yes, that's where it happens.
Yes.
That's where the magic happens.
That's where the magic happens, indeed. All right, so our guest is almost here, so I want to just quickly go on the short break. I'll be right back.
We teach girls shame. Close your legs, cover yourself. We make them feel as though by being born female, they're already guilty of something.
So I think right now we have the chance to be heard, and that's why we're doing it. We're all doing it because we're asking to try and elicit change.
No woman should sit down and allow a man to speak about her reproductive rights.
But it is about opening spaces for other women and not to be seen as token, and that because I'm a woman, I'm only speaking about women at the table. No, I'm speaking about side of the table that is empty and that women have to be there. So
I want us to leave this world better than we found it. And how I choose to affect change is by speaking up, by being the first, and by being the dominant.
Over 4 billion of the world's population are girls and women, also faced with challenges that affect our world and contributing solutions to them. Let's have conversations and get some answers to them through their eyes and voices. Tune in to Perspectives, where we discuss important issues ranging from climate change, politics, health, the economy, and lifestyle on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Weekdays from midday. Perspectives. Conversations that matter.
This is 93.7 Citizen FM Abuja.
The time is 1 o'clock.
Time for news on the hour.
Good afternoon and thanks for staying with us here on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Here's the news on the hour. President Muhammadu Buhari has returned to Nigeria Wednesday after a 4-day trip to Doha, Qatar, where he participated in the 5th United Nations Conference on Least Developed Countries. According to a statement by the presidential spokesman Garba Shehu, at the UN conference in Doha, President Buhari joined the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres and other world leaders to mobilize political will, solidarity and actions to transform least developed countries by finding sustainable solutions to the challenges of poverty, food insecurity, hunger, weak infrastructure, poor health facilities and climate change. The president, as usual, used the opportunity of the trip to foster closer relations with foreign leaders and promote the nation's engagements at regional and global levels. He also met with Nigerian professionals residing in Qatar. FIFA has unveiled the official poster for the FIFA Women's World Cup Australia and New Zealand 2023, alongside 9 bespoke host city posters in pop-up style outdoor gallery installations in Adelaide and Titania, as well as Wellington, commissioned to celebrate the world's largest women's single sports event and released in time for International Women's Day. The official poster encapsulates the iconic tournament's theme of Beyond Greatness. FIFA Secretary General Fatma Samura said, with just 135 days until the tournament kicks off, this is another wonderful milestone to celebrate. The posters not only showcase the distinctive identities of the 9 host cities across Australia and Aotearoa, New Zealand, it also celebrates the tournament's theme of unity, with football at its core. The Athletics Federation of Nigeria has distanced itself from the track and field competition purportedly scheduled to hold between March 17th and 18th at the Ahmadu Bello University Sports Ground in Zaria, Kaduna State. It says it's not aware of the event. The Federation, in a statement signed by its Secretary General Rita Mosindi, frowned at the use of its logo and that of its parent body, the World Athletics, in advertising the said athletics competition. The AFN has therefore called on all intending competition organizers to follow due process before organizing any athletics competition in order to achieve the desired mutual purpose of developing athletics in Nigeria. And that's the Citizen FM News on the hour. Well, it's back on Perspectives, where we're discussing World Kidney Day. Thanks for staying with us. Good afternoon.
Abuja. Wake up. Reach out. Speak up. Speak out. You are the voice of a new generation. And this is your station. Talk Radio 93.7 Citizen FM.
The nation of our dream. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Make we join our hearts to build the nation of our dream. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Yeah. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Shiki.
Woman don't suffer, lower everybody.
We teach girls shame. Close your legs, cover yourself. We make them feel as though by being born female, they're already guilty of something.
So I think right now we have the chance to be heard, and that's why we're doing it. We're all doing it because we're asking to try and elicit change.
No woman should sit down and allow a man to speak about her reproductive rights.
But it is about opening spaces for other women and not to be seen as token, and that because I'm a woman, I'm only speaking about women at the table. No, I'm speaking about side of the table that is empty, and that women have to be there. So
I want us to leave this world better than we found it. And how I choose to affect change is by speaking up, by being the first, and by being the dominant.
Over 4 billion of the world's population are girls and women, also faced with challenges that affect our world and contributing solutions to them. Let's have conversations and get some answers to them through their eyes and voices. Tune in to Perspectives, where we discuss important issues ranging from climate change, politics, health, the economy, and lifestyle on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Weekdays from midday. Perspectives. Conversations that matter.
All right, it's 6 minutes gone past 1 p.m. Welcome back. You are still tuned in listening to Perspectives here on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Today is World Kidney Day, today the 9th of March 2023. So I discovered that World Kidney Day is often celebrated on the second Thursday of March, and the people across the world celebrate World Kidney Day to raise awareness regarding kidney disease. Earlier on, you heard the voice of Dr. Ade Fakponle, who is a consultant nephrologist, and he tried to address the prevalence of kidney disease in the country. So I'm joined on this last half of the show by Dr. Esther Itepu. Yay! I got it! Yes, I did. So, thank you so much. Pardon me, you have to say that again.
I said you got it.
Yes, I asked that. See, I'm in Nigeria.
Very few people actually get my name on the first try.
Really?
Yes.
I'm exceptional Nigerian like that.
Yeah.
So sorry you found a bit clumsy getting here, but I'm glad you're here in the studio now. So we're going to so I'm going to hit the ground running.
Okay.
And so we read statistics from The Guardian earlier on about how 45,000 people come down with kidney disease yearly in Nigeria, and how the statistics we have a staggering 20 million Nigerians living with one form of kidney disease or the other. How it's a staggering number. And so earlier on we had a nephrologist saying, okay, it's due to our lifestyle, due to the habits that so but I wanted to he ran away from this bit, but let me see if I can catch you since you're here physically with us. So we talked about how he said that one of the top 3 causes of death sometime in the future kidney will be one of the top 3 causes of death in Nigeria. And I said but he now mentioned, you remember how once upon a time it was malaria, because malaria often misdiagnosed. But I now said, but they did awareness, so people go to the hospital to get treated now for malaria. But why can't people do the same thing for kidney disease? Why is there not so much awareness? If this thing is so bad, why is it not in our faces to say kidney disease kills, and these are the things that why is there not so much awareness on the prevalence of kidney disease?
To some extent, I think there is some level of awareness, but it also comes down to poverty. You don't expect people to go to the hospital if they know, if I go there, they will ask me to pay this, they will ask me to pay that.
Yeah.
But now, if you come down to local treatments, which is our herbal concoctions that we tend to patronize more in this part of the world. In this part of the world, the number 1 cause of kidney disease, if I should say, would be consumption of locally made medications. This agbo that we buy by the roadside, they call it different names. They call it MTN, Glow. You hear it and you're like, oh, what is that? They mix alcohol with these concoctions that they've made in no measurements taken. There is no
regulation.
There's nobody regulating. There's nobody actually regulating these concoctions that we consume. And people tend to say, "Oh, it works wonders." Of course, it will work wonder because it's doing more damage than it is doing good. In the onset, you will feel good. You feel better. But I feel like it is because of the alcohol. Alcohol can make you do so many ththings, can make you feel on top of the world. So now you've taken alcohol, you've consumed alcohol in high doses with these concoctions that were probably made in unhygienic surroundings. They're made with high levels of toxins that we don't even know if they even have a medical term or we have a name for them. Now people are consuming these concoctions, and to them they are feeling better afterwards. But now this can in turn cause more problems, predispose people to hypertension, diabetes. These things can actually make the kidney weak. this thing can make the heart weak. If the heart is weak, the kidney kind of follows suit, because the heart and the kidney, they work hand in hand. The heart pumps the blood, the kidney takes some percentage of it and filters it. Now, if the kidney is damaged, the amount of blood it filters increases. It filters more, but it's not exactly filtering. Now, the sieve that the kidney has becomes larger, it becomes potent to proteins. Large sizes of proteins can pass through these kidneys and can cause irreparable damage. Now you have people who are coming down with swollen legs, say, oh, when I wake up in the morning, my eyes are swollen.
Now, because when you mentioned proteins, I saw that Michelle looked at you one way. Proteins. What are proteins?
Yes, we know how we say we are proteins. Proteins, our body makes proteins. Yeah. We also consume proteins. Proteins, they're kind of like the bedrock of, the bedrock of everything. Okay. Proteins make up half of our metabolism. Proteins help.
When we're growing up, we're told that proteins help you build cells.
Yes.
So eat more eggs, eat more fish, eat more beans. Okay, so
now when these proteins deposit in our extracellular membranes, which is outside of the vessels.
Okay.
Now proteins will deposit there, and it can, because proteins are so large, they pass through but they can't pass back. Now they are stuck there. Yes, now they start gathering more proteins to themselves. They can't go back into the vessels.
You're the very first person who has explained it to me like that.
Yeah.
So because when they tell you eat high protein in the morning, eat a lot of eggs, eat a lot of yogurt, eat a lot of
yes, they are wonderful. They are supposed to help you build immunity. They're supposed to help you build your body even.
Okay.
But now when the kidney is supposed to help you filter the blood, keep the proteins. Now proteins are large enough to actually pass through the kidneys. When they pass through the filter, we call them the glomerulus. When they pass through the glomerulus, it increases your glomerular filtration rate, because now more particles are passing, more fluid is passing, more blood is passing through. Now it passes, the amount of metabolites your kidneys can actually absorb and secrete becomes higher. Now you start having more urea in the blood, which is what your kidney is supposed to help you filter urea. Now high urea, high nitrogen, it causes what we call azotemia. Now the person can have altered sensorium. This means the person can
break it down.
Yes, altered sensorium.
So if you just tuned in, you're wondering, how did I stumble on this channel? This is Perspectives here on Citizen FM 93.7, and you've been listening to the voice of Dr. Esther Itepo.
Wow.
Today is World Kidney Day, and so do not be afraid, do not be alarmed. She's just breaking it down to us when they say this is World Kidney Day, and that kidney disease is highly prevalent in Nigeria. And so we've gone one route. We've talked about the fact that with all the concoctions, and we've moved on to proteins.
Yes.
So we're talking about some of the things that causes the disease itself to make it life-threatening, right? And so let me let you carry on. Just be, test slow for
yes. As I was saying, azotemia is when there is more of urea and nitrogen present in our bloodstream, and this can lead to what we call altered sensorium. This means that the person wakes up and they're incoherent. They don't understand what is happening. You say, this person woke up and they ran mad. If you check, the person probably had like long-standing kidney disease that left untreated. Probably had signs and symptoms that he didn't know were actually signs of kidney disease. Another thing that can predispose one to having kidney disease is dehydration. We live in a highly hot. Should I say hot? The sun is setting on our head and rising on our head. Now we are dehydrated. The amount of blood our kidney filters reduces, because the other part of the body needs this blood as well. But now if we don't hydrate, our kidneys tend to ask, where is the blood? Where is the blood? It starts to tell the heart, I need more blood. It sends hormones to the heart, I need more blood, I don't have blood. Now the heart keeps thinking, there is something. It starts trying to pump out more blood. And in doing so, the heart muscles become weaker. And over time, we have what we call compensation. Our bodies compensate for so many things. Now our heart tries to compensate by increasing the size of the muscle. Mind you, a large heart doesn't mean that your heart is actually good. The large heart just means the heart is increasing number of cells just so that it could should I say, sustain the body. Now the heart is doing so much work. The kidneys are tired of asking the heart for more blood. And what does the kidney do? I'm tired. I'm not going to even bother myself anymore. Now you have where you say, they have acute kidney injury. Now the kidneys have shut down because over time the kidney has been asking, I need something. We're not going to the hospitals because there is no funds actually available for this particular thing.
Emergency. We say in Nigeria that you are one sickness away from poverty.
Yes.
And yes, our lifestyle has not changed. We still eat the same foods that we shouldn't eat.
I can't even blame us for eating the same food,
because that's what's
readily available. Now I don't expect anybody to go out of their way to go and find broccoli. How many people know what broccoli looks like?
So I can't even pronounce the name.
I can't tell you, oh, eat more greens. I remember telling somebody, oh, eat more greens. What do you mean eat more greens? All of our soup is vegetable soup. Mind you, we've cooked out practically all the nutrients from the vegetable.
Thank you. Boiled it and fried it in
cholesterol. And we expect our body to just say, okay, I'll say this cholesterol, I don't want this one. I'm going to just pick the greens. It's not possible. You've consumed everything, your body will absorb everything it's given. Now, another thing that can predispose us to this kidney problem is smoking. Tobacco smoking.
Yes.
People don't understand that. I get it. Nicotine gives you an high. But then
it has lasting what they call it, long lasting.
If you ask one of the world's best cardiologists, oh, what is the one habit that she would never do? I would never smoke.
Yes.
And you say, oh, why? Nicotine makes you feel good. Although nicotine has some protective factors, it doesn't take away the amount of harm it does to the body.
Yes.
Mind you might live a healthy life and not develop any of these symptoms or any of these diseases that comes with smoking. But it doesn't take away the fact that our kidneys do not need to have to filter tobacco. It doesn't need to have to filter all of these things that it's already doing. It's already doing the work. Another thing is obesity. We don't eat the right foods. We don't exercise, and we just decide that, okay, I walk every day. You go to work, you sit down by your desk for 8 hours, and you go home. You go home, you're stuck in traffic, you're still sitting in traffic. You get home and like, oh, I'm so tired. I want to just eat and sleep. Now you've eaten and you slept. You didn't do any work. The food you've eaten, your body's going to say, oh, let me conserve this for energy. It saves it as fat. It saves it as cholesterol. Now we think, oh, I'm not fat. Look at me now, I'm not fat, but I'm healthy. Have you checked your blood pressure? Have you checked your blood sugar level? Now these things are silent killers. Hypertension, they say it's supposed to be silent, but now it is no longer silent. It gives you signs, it gives you symptoms. People come down with severe headache. Let me just take 1 or 2. They go and they buy these concoctions because, oh, I have a headache. Now you've taken a concoction that is damaging your kidney, whereas your kidneys are trying to tell your heart, oh, something is wrong somewhere.
Yes.
You're not going to check your blood pressure. You go and you check in the market. Now you've checked the BP and it told you, oh, your BP is high, but it's not so high. Just be watching it. Somebody has told me, oh, I will rest, I need to calm down. That's not how it works. Mind you, we don't just diagnose someone with hypertension because we've checked once and they have an elevated blood pressure. You check again, you give them a time frame. Oh, come back in 2 days and I will check. Or come back after you've woken up. Or we give them a card. Oh, check your BP at this hour every day for a week. And then you bring it back to us. Now we will understand that, okay, you've taken this BP for so long and this is the value you keep getting. It just means that your heart is not doing fine. Your heart is not doing well. Mind you, medications have done wonders in trying to curb this hypertensive pandemic that we are facing. The drugs, Nigerians don't take them.
No.
I've had somebody say, how will I take drug for every day of my life? God forbid, I can't take that. Mind you, God gave doctors this wisdom to come up with these medications. Now you've taken these drugs. Over time, people have actually stopped taking hypertensive medications. Antihypertensive drugs, they do the work if you take them diligently.
Consistently.
And you also do what we call lifestyle modification. You exercise, you abstain from salt. I know we can't do without salt.
We all are advocates of Aproko Doctor on Twitter. Is Aproko Doctor actually said that, I think, sorry, do you know who Aproko
Yes, I do.
I think everybody in Nigeria, do you know who Aproko Doctor is?
Sure.
Okay, so this salt thing that you mentioned, I think it's a good thing that we're having it because I cannot ask him, but except Twitter, who knows the year he will read the tweets. So he says when you cook food, that you've already put salt in your stew, that why do you put salt in the rice again? But that's what's in Nigeria here. If the salt did not enter the yam or did not enter the rice, the food is not sweet.
The food is bland. We need more.
Is there a way? What do we do? How do we live? How can we live without salt?
We can't live without salt. Our body needs salt because
sodium.
Yes, sodium. It's a beautiful element.
All right, so I think before she says what she's about to say, if you're wondering who the very excited person is in the studio with us, it's Dr. Esther Itepo, and she has really broken it down, what kidney disease. I think if I had a video to describe what, honestly, because I'm a visual learner, but I also like that I'm absorbing all the things that I'm hearing, and I hope you listening as well, you're picking a thing or two. If you have any questions for Dr. Esther, please send it to us on WhatsApp on 0818 22 22 206 0818 22 22 205. So please go right on.
Okay, we cannot stop taking salt because if we stop, our body will actually ask for the salt because salt helps the water to move. Okay. Salt attracts water. So salt attracts water. So your kidneys need the salt. So that it can move the other elements from the bloodstream into the kidneys, and then it can pass as either urea or your body absorbs them back.
Okay.
Now we can't abstain from salt. It doesn't mean that we should now make salt the start and the finish of every meal.
Okay. So
we can decide to reduce the amount of salt. One thing your taste buds know how to do is adjust.
True. I absolutely agree.
Your taste buds will definitely adjust. Trust me. If you try abstaining from salt for a week, by the next week, if you eat something salty, you will say this food is too salty. Someone else eat them like, salt did not catch. Salt did not catch the food. Let me add more salt. Now, if you reduce the amount of salt, of course, nobody's going to tell you, just stop taking salt cold turkey. It's not going to work, because you would come back to salt, and you've come back with salt and a vengeance. Because now you're like, I haven't had salt in 6 months. Today, I must finish all the salt in this country. It's not like that. Now, if you start taking salt in lesser amounts each time you eat or each time you make food, over time, your food becomes normal to you.
Yeah.
Someone else will be like, this food does not have salt, and they keep adding salt. You can tell them, I used to be like you before, but now look at me, I make food without salt.
I know that. I think I needed this information.
Exactly. Honestly, thank you so much. So we are rounding off. You've done magic in 10 minutes. After you've done magic. So I said something earlier on. I said the 2023 campaign for World Kidney Day. The theme for this year is kidney health for all, preparing for the unexpected, supporting the vulnerable. Yes. So do you want to say something about that? Because I saw something that I felt, this one is true. They said the campaign focuses on raising awareness about disastrous events, natural or man-made. So the man-made part is us eating too much salt,
and
it's us
consuming
alcohol or consuming abusing drugs.
Yes.
And then there was one part you mentioned, bleaching creams. Pastor Dr. Esther, you have not gone there. Please shake that table. So and then there's their impact on people living with kidney disease whose access to appropriate diagnostic services, treatments and care is hindered. Yes. So in Nigeria, we can diagnose malaria. We can easily go to doctor can say that, can say, okay. In Nigeria also, we can easily diagnose kidney disease.
Yes, we
can.
But
what we don't have is the means to maintain treatment and care of the people who come down with it. So is there something to bridge that gap?
I feel like this is where the government as a whole
has failed us.
Has failed.
Yeah.
Because you can't say, this is the disease for you to watch out for. Now I've gone to the hospital. You have diagnosed me with this disease. Exactly. How do I go about it?
Exactly.
There is no bridge in funds. Like, if I bring in 5,000 naira, the government is bringing 5,000 naira in aiding my treatment.
Yes.
Now, some people actually know they have kidney disease. It's like, what
will happen? What will be?
Something must kill a man. Because at the end of the day, I cannot afford to go and spend all my life savings in treating a disease where my family is living in poverty, or my family is not having enough food to eat every day.
Yes.
Now we can't. It's the same problem. It still comes down to poverty. You don't expect somebody to put money where they cannot see the benefits.
Yeah.
If you tell them, if you are doing this, you're actually saving your life. Am I dead now? Am I dying today? No. I'm not dying today, so it can wait.
Yeah.
Because you don't expect a man who has children to take care of to be like, let me go to the hospital and go and treat kidney disease. Now you get the doctor is telling you, this and this and this. This is what
dialysis.
Dialysis is not cheap. Even though the government hospitals have found a way to subsidize it, it is still not affordable for the common man.
Yeah.
It is not.
So what's the way forward then? I mean, going with the theme, supporting the vulnerable. Yeah, the theme this year.
Yes, we're preparing for a global
preparing for
event.
the unexpected. What do we do, Dr. Esther?
This is the part where everyone who knows everyone who is able to do anything at all. This is where we have to start hearing things like, free dialysis centers.
Yeah.
Free dialysis centers. It doesn't do a mountain, but it does do an anthill. Now, if we start small, we can build on it.
Yeah.
If people know, dialysis is free.
Yeah.
If I'm telling you, madam, you have kidney disease, but don't worry. The dialysis is on the doctor. Yes. The doctor will take care of dialysis. Every other thing you have to do is your lifestyle modification. This is where you have to play a bigger part. Now, if the person meets
the doctor halfway.
Yes. Now, if I'm not paying for dialysis, I can afford to say, I am going to abstain from foods that do this to my kidneys. I am going to exercise. You don't expect somebody who is working.
So I have enough eating more economic power to live a healthier
lifestyle. I can now go to I know, transportation, I can cover that because I'm not paying for dialysis.
Yeah.
You find people that are traveling from villages to come to dialysis centers. They spend days on the road because they're trying to cut costs.
Yeah.
Now they get to the hospital, you find them sleeping in the hospital. Families are sleeping in the hospital because we don't have money to go anywhere else. So we cannot go back and come back in 2 weeks. So we'll just stay here and wait. After 2 weeks, we'll go back to go and do dialysis again. Because dialysis centers are far from people actually living with this disease.
Yeah.
Cost of dialysis is a lot.
Yeah.
A Nigerian is earning 18,000 naira a month. Mind you, this doesn't cover transportation or feeding. That is the money they're collecting. But they found a way to make do, and then they are being burdened with kidney disease.
The body will ask for its own, but that's the truth. So you've just broken it down, because if the person is earning 18,000 naira monthly, eats only bread and Coke and Fanta, or do you
now you're consuming food with more salt, because more salt means more water. You can only drink water, so now you're drinking water to fill up the gap in your stomach, and doing that your body will ask for more salt, but then now you now have to go and eat something salty, because if I don't,
I just feel like I'm not full. Yes,
now where people have to take alcohol to even get out of bed. This herbal concoctions, they take it like, if I don't take this thing, I will not see
shot this morning,
because they take it and it gives them this energy boost to actually do the hard work, to actually do the manual labor. By doing so, they're damaging their kidneys. And then, because people don't know, the awareness is not enough for signs and symptoms of kidney disease.
That's how we started this. That's how we started this conversation. I think that's how we're wrapping it. We don't do enough awareness. I spoke with Dr. Adelia, and he said this is the awareness. I said, but one day a year is not enough.
Malaria was killing children by the second. It became
in fact, and we always say that malaria kills more people than HIV.
Yes, malaria is still killing in places where they don't have access to proper health care. Mind you, individuals are actually going out of their way to purchase anti-malaria medications for children in IDP camps, because they've seen the detriment. You see children come to the hospital and they are practically gone, because you do a test and you're like, okay, this is malaria that has now been superimposed by sepsis. Sepsis that has come from malnutrition. Malnutrition that has come from poverty. So it's like everything is a cascade. They all go together.
Yes.
Now you don't expect somebody to say, my eyes are swollen, let me go to the hospital. How? Why?
So what's the next available antibiotics?
How much is penicillin? Just penicillin. Please just give me Ampiclox. If I take it will go down.
Yes.
Mind you, a swollen eyes in the morning, a swollen puffy face in the morning, it's kind of like it's kind of like a red flag when it comes to kidney disease, because it's kind of like the first things that you actually notice. Now people come, my legs are swollen. I think it's because I sat down for 10 hours. No. For normal people, 10 hours is not even enough. You sit down for 10 hours, you stand up, it's okay. Your legs kind of go back. But now you sleep and you wake up and your legs are swollen. That is not a good sign.
Yes.
You're not a pregnant woman. You're not carrying an excess load. So why is your leg swollen in the morning? Why is your face puffy? When I wake up, my cheeks used to be swollen. It's not a good sign. You wake up and your eyes are swollen. It is not a good sign.
Okay.
You find that I wake up at night 4 or 5 times to go and urinate, and you tell yourself, I drank plenty of water. That's a lie.
What would you suggest about the awareness? Where do you think we need to start from to educate people? Because that's the last. We have to wrap up. You have to let you take this last one. You must be back to talk about this kidney. If we're going to do every quarter to do a kidney awareness campaign, honestly,
it has to be
because
a campaign.
Breast cancer. It's February is Cancer Awareness Month. October is breast cancer. So all through the year, every organization, they just speak it as their CSR to educate people.
And I feel like the reason why it's not a mainstream media is because a lot of people die from kidney problems undiagnosed. Now you don't expect me to tell you, that man died of kidney problem. How do you know?
We don't. It's a culture of silence. We don't talk when someone passes on. We don't talk about cause of death.
We don't do that.
We don't do that here. We believe
if he came to the hospital with signs of kidney problem, we're like, this man has chronic kidney disease. Now he's at end stage kidney disease. What do? We can't do anything. We put him on dialysis and then we put him on hospice.
Managing.
Now the person dies. We have the statistics in the hospital. We had 2 patients who died of end stage kidney failure.
Yes.
But there are like 10 different men that has died in the village close to the hospital of that same end stage kidney failure.
Who did not come in.
They didn't come in, so we can't even say, this amount of people have died. So if people don't know what is killing people, you don't expect them to actually take it serious.
I asked I said that there is a dearth of community-based data on the magnitude of chronic kidney disease in Nigeria. Data. I mean, if you have data, you can, fix the problem. And so he said, at the community level, this is what we're trying to do. But we never just gather that data.
Yes.
It's just as we don't know our population in Nigeria, talk less of knowing what it is. It's the truth. Some people say approximately about, have you heard when they describe the population of Nigeria, we say about or approximately. We cannot say, this is the definite population of people in Nigeria, because there are people who give birth outside the hospital setting who are not captured. It's the same thing you just described.
They always for population, they always use the same thing. We use cluster and then multiply by the land mass. Now you do a cluster of where people actually settle, and you're like, there are like 100,000 people here. Now if I multiply it by 10 times, this will give me this amount. That means this amount of people that are in this settlement. Mind you haven't been to those other places. You don't even know if people live there.
Yeah.
But you're just assuming, oh, there's no means to get there, so I'm just going to say, okay, this land is this big. That means people in that place, they have to be this amount. So we'll plus it together. That's why they always say approximately, because then you can't actually take me to court. Exactly. I said approximately. I did tell you for sure. This is actually what it is. Same thing goes for awareness. If people don't even have an idea what kidney disease is, they'll tell you, it's attack from the village. He woke up, all his body was swollen.
Arrow. They have shot him an arrow from Arrow Chuku. But thank you so much. Honestly, our time is fast spent. But I wish, we could have had this conversation, earlier on. You are just fantastic. Thank you so much, Dr. Etebo. Honestly, I look forward to having you back in the studio.
I look forward to coming back.
Yes, thank you so much. And so it's a wrap on this episode of Perspectives. Join us on Monday for another exciting topic and an exciting time out on the show. Dr. Esther, I hope you have yourself a phenomenal and beautiful weekend.
Thank you.
Michelle, you are the awesomest and the bammest. Thank you so much for making a date with us today.
Thank you.
Teach girls shame. Close your legs. Cover yourself. We make them feel as though by being born female, they're already guilty of something.
So I think right now,